Hi guys, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. To all my subscribers, appreciate you being here. Today's question, so you want to be an expat? Might sound like a silly question, but actually it's kind of critical. You kind of need to think about the reasons why you would want to leave America, especially if you're American, or any other of the developed countries, to go to a foreign country that might be not so developed, second or third world maybe. What's really your drive? What's your motivation? What are you trying to get out of it? These things are critical to answer. Before you ever even decide anything else, you need to figure out why is it that you would want to leave your home nation. Some of us, it's going to be economics. You know, you can live cheaper in these places. For some of us, it's going to be the adventure, just a different place, something new and exciting, the travel. You know, you have to sort these out as to, why you would want to leave. Here in America, we're lucky. You know, we pretty much, we get everything we want. You know, if you really look at it, it's a very instant gratification type living. Everything's on the now. Let's go. Gotta have it. Gonna get it. Online, you can get everything. Apps, you can buy everything. You know, you don't even have to go into restaurants. You can punch it into the app, pull it in the parking lot, they'll walk it out and hand it to you. I mean, that's just not going to happen overseas. So you really kind of need to look at it. I mean, do you really want to be an expat? Do you really want to live abroad? And if you do, are you prepared to make the sacrifices to live a different standard, a different type of life? So you really kind of need to look at more than just, is it cheaper? Is it going to be the standard of living that you want? Are you going to be able to adapt to the new country? If you want to have some of the creature comforts and Western style, even American style if you want to say it. I'm going to say American because I'm coming from America. If you want to have those American style things, be prepared to pay for them. It's going to cost you extra. You know, simple example, food. If you want American brands, if you can find them, they're going to cost you because they're imported. So it's like us buying imported beers and wines and things like that. We pay more for them. Same thing over there. So that's going to be where you really need to start. Do I really want to leave my country and go to another country that may not be the same, may not have all the things that you're used to? And are you going to be able to handle the changes, the difference, the lifestyle? And these countries are going to be different in a lot of different ways. They're not going to have the same political systems. They're not going to have the same, like 911. You call 911 here, you got somebody instantly on the phone who's going to try to help you. There's a lot of countries that if there's a problem, you're pretty much on your own. The local police station might be, a mile away or two. Well, and you got to get there. So these are things you need to think of, especially if you've got health issues. Is it really a good idea to go to a country that may or may not have a 911 system, or a medical system that you really need. You know, it may be more difficult to get the kind of health care that you're used to over there. And this is really important that you need to think about. So I say deciding on whether or not you actually want to leave the country is definite step one. You know, you're going to have to make changes in your life to accommodate the new country, and you have to plan this stuff out. And as I go on these videos, I'm going to kind of talk more about, you know, different stages. But the very first stage is, do you really want to move overseas? And you need to think long and hard about it before you actually just jump into it and say, oh yeah, it's a great adventure and all this. It may not be as great of an adventure as you're expecting. Yes, you'll get to see beautiful things, but it may take you sitting in line for a long time before you can even get tickets to get on the boat or on the plane that you need to get on. You may have 2 days of travel through rough terrain to get to an out-of-the-way spot that's, you know, super beautiful. But for us, we're used to having highways that we can hop in our car and be there in 30 minutes. Doesn't happen over there. And roads is another thing. Just keep in mind, some of these countries, their transportation systems around the city is really cool. It's designed to help the average person get around. But going from city to city, wow, it can be a real adventure and not in a pleasant way. The roads can be horrible and terrible, expensive, trying to get from one place to the other. Limited seating, having to go by bus schedules, and all kinds of different headaches and problems just to get around. So, you know, I'm going to recommend to anybody that actually is thinking about being an expat, look at the different countries that you're interested in, really dig deep, get in there, find out what it is that you're interested in, and can you handle the differences between our country and theirs before you ever make that decision of, do you really want to be an expat?